everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Hello, everyone. You're listening to E Squared with me, Elena Wharton, and
Emily Maxim.
We are so happy you're here today listening to our show here on WMCX 88.9 FM. Oh my goodness, you should be here sitting with us right now because it's
torture.
It's pretty interesting. I don't know if the AC is broken or I don't know, but the lights are off, the door to the studio is open. There's a fan going off in here. It's pretty toasty.
And we can hear we can hear us in the background like a little bit off because you can hear it out in the hallway.
Yes.
It is hotter in here than it is in the lobby or in the whole Plangier building. So the lights are off, as Elena said, and I'm hearing my voice right now in the hallway. I don't know how I feel about that, but
it's so weird.
We'll survive.
Yes. You know what? We conquer these challenges and we just move forward because we do have a great show today.
We do.
But before we get started, of course, we have to play our Big Time Rush Song of the Week. Yeah. I thought you were going to but anyway, I'm very excited for this song. We just picked it like just now because we're like, oh, let's do this one. I really want to do it because we're both on the same wavelength, on the same vibe. So let's play it. This is Waves by Big Time Rush. And that was Waves by Big Time Rush.
Welcome, everybody. For those who are just joining in, we're going to have a special guest on the show, Samantha Jordan.
Samantha Jordan is here today. We're going to interview her, and she's going to be performing her original song, If You Ever Change.
I'm a bop,
excited.
yes.
Another bop here on E Squared today. Oh gosh, but first, of course, we just gotta update you guys on what's been going on in our lives. Do you want to start, Emily?
Oh yes, I do.
Heck yeah.
So I guess I'll mention like the one thing that's coming up first, but as you know, like I'm in pep band right now. Elena's been in pep band. We're actually having an online store going on. If you check the link in their bio at Monmouth Pep Band, I believe on Instagram. They have an online store which they're selling different merchandise that says Pep Band on it. Part of the, whatever you call it, proceeds are going to go to help support the Pep Band, helps us pay for uniforms, all that jazz, instruments, etc.
Yes.
And that store will only be open till October 15th, so get on it. They have jackets, shirts, joggers, tanks, shorts, whatever it says Pep Band on it, you can get it.
Yeah, it's all really cute stuff. I saw it. I would purchase some of that, but I do have some I have some pep merch myself, so
yeah.
I mean, but who knows? Maybe I'll donate anyway, just because I love the pep band.
Yeah, I already bought like 3 things, so waiting for that to come in the mail.
I love it.
Yeah, like I got like the joggers, I got tank top, I got shorts because I'm in desperate need of shorts, but you know, I might buy more, who knows, but when you're in pep band, you already get a lot of things that says pep band on it, but you know, never enough, you know what I mean?
Never enough, and it always looks so nice.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's not like I would never feel embarrassed to wear it in public, because you know, like sometimes with school merch, it's like cringy, and it's like, oh, I would never wear this outside.
No, yeah, but what they like. The stuff that Monmouth has as designed, it's so nice. No matter if it's like any sport, any club, like I'll see somebody wearing that, I'm like, oh, my headphones.
Oh no.
But anything that has Monmouth, like any club or anything on it, it always looks so nice. I don't know if it's because like Monmouth is sponsored by Under Armour, but kudos to Under Armour for all the amazing merch. It's awesome. I always love wearing my pep band jacket, everything.
Thank you, Under Armour.
Thank you, Under Armour.
Oh gosh. Well, anyway, I guess I'll mention something that happened this weekend.
Yes.
I got to work the open house. I represented WMCX at the open house.
Yes.
Yes, and it was a lot of fun. We got to meet a lot of people who are interested in coming to our school.
How busy was it?
It was pretty busy. There was a line by the Great Hall for people to take tours.
Oh, wow.
And it was almost like if you were to go to Disney World and see a line that was like super long, it was like the equivalent of that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. Like I just looked over at the line and I'm like, there are people waiting this long just to take a tour of our school. I mean, it's great, but it was scary to look at. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so many people just waiting. Oh, but I mean, they all got to take a tour and they said hi to all the clubs on Shadow Lawn. It was a good time.
I was supposed to, like, I think Pep Band was there, but, like, what we were supposed to do was actually perform, but then due to, like, the schedule saying the wrong date, we actually didn't end up performing. Like, I had to work anyway.
No.
Yeah, but, I mean, like, I had to work anyway, and, like, when he said, oh, yeah, you guys know we're going to do a performance on the Sunday, right? And we're like, what? Because it didn't say it on the schedule, so it ended up not working out, but, like, some people were there at a table, but at least Pep Band was still there, like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was I think the worst thing about it, though, was the fact that it was so muddy on Shadow Lawn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know that I was with someone on the e-board. Her name is Sarah, and we were at the table together, and it was so muddy by our table that we ended up standing on like bin covers.
Oh gosh.
So like huge bins like with the white tops.
Yeah.
We ended up flipping like the tops over and standing on them, and it was like so nasty. I felt so bad because we were getting dirt like all on the. But it was so bad, and Sarah was wearing white shoes, and I felt bad for her. But I mean, we had a lot of fun though. We made a TikTok. We got some content. So.
Well, that's awesome. I mean, you made the best out of a muddy situation.
Ha 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 ha. Yeah.
I'm here all week.
I see on our notes that you have something very exciting coming up, Emily.
Oh,
yes.
Yes. Bought these during school. December 2nd, gonna see the love of my life live in person.
Yay!
Steven Sanchez.
Oh.
I am so excited. I bought these during, I think it was Thursday, and then I sent the picture. I just randomly sent the picture to Elena, like no context. I just sent it on like the order confirmation, and just to like say, oh hey, like I bought it. But I am so excited. It's in New York. It's in that venue Terminal 5, which I've been to once before when I saw Wallows last year in the summer. It gets a little bit iffy, like it is general admission, so you have to like get there earlier to like have a good spot, but it's just, I feel like, I don't know if it's just like, I heard it from other people and then my own experience, but I feel like in New York with general admission shows, like people can be rough.
Oh no.
Like, like if you're standing in an area and like somebody tries to like push past you, I'm like, hey, I've waited for the spot. I mean, not that I've gotten there, like when I went there for Wallows, I didn't get there like super early, like maybe like an hour or something before, but like still, like you wait for that spot.
Yeah, and especially because it's in New York too, and like naturally when you're in New York, you're gonna come across some people who might be a tad rude.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And when it comes to a concert, especially when it's someone like Wallows or Steven Sanchez, like, everyone's gonna be like, I want to get to the front. Yeah. So you just gotta brave it, and you just push people down, Emily. Just push them down.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. Because I am so excited. Like it's Steven Sanchez. I after his new album that came out, Angel Face, I'm like, oh my god, I love him even more. It's so good.
Yes, and that album is so good. I've been listening to the songs from it. It's just, the vibes are immaculate. And speaking of concerts, I actually went to one this weekend. I had no plans to go to a concert this weekend, but the day of, I ended up getting a text from my boss, because I'm a freelance journalist, and she said to me, she's like, hey, she was basically saying that she would like to assign me to this concert at PNC that night. And I'm like, okay. And at this point, it was like noon that she had texted me, and I was like, oh, okay. And she's like, yeah, the Zach Brown band is going to be at PNC. And I'm like, okay, all right, I'll do it. Why not? And they're a country band, and I like country music, but I don't like listen to it very often. So I'm like, this is going to be a new element. But I went with Steph. We got to go, and we had so much fun. And the openers were great. There's a country band called King Calloway that opened for them, and then a country singer named Tennille Towns. And they were both so good. Zach Brown band totally blew my mind. They did some tributes to Jimmy Buffett, which was...
that's nice.
Yeah, it was really nice. And it was just so beautiful, like seeing everyone sing Margaritaville at the same time. It was just really nice. And yeah, that was really crazy, just getting to go to a concert last minute, because Steph and I we're like sitting there at PNC, and we're like, we can't believe we're doing this right now. Like, how the heck did this happen? What is going on? But it was really fun, and I actually do think I'm going to listen to more country music now. I think I'm going to be more of a country girly.
I've always had nothing against country music. Like, if you like it, go ahead. It's just my first job for my 7 or 8 hour shift. I can't remember. All they played was Thunder 106 for like the almost 2 years I was there.
Oh, so that's like all you got in your ears.
Yeah, and it's just like the same like 3 songs. So like nothing against country music. Like I love like some songs like I love. Like especially when we had Samantha Spano on here. Like I love her. It's just when you hear what you call it, like this one song called Whiskey Glasses, like 4 times in a row, in a 7 or 8 hour shift, you're like, I can't do it anymore. But like I said,
the whiskey don't work anymore.
Oh wow.
Wow.
I understood that reference.
Yeah.
I'm smart.
Maybe the heat is making us a little delirious in here.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Cause like we were talking before and I just like blanked out. Cause like I said, we could hear ourselves in the background because the door is open.
Yeah, I'm trying to tune it out.
Yeah, so I'm a little bit like, I'm like listening to myself and then I'm listening here and I'm like, oh God.
But I totally understand the whole Thunder 106 thing. Like if it's the same station on a loop for a while, I totally understand how you would want to just like distance yourself from country music for at least a bit.
Yeah.
But that I hope you won't mind any country music right now because I'd love to play a song by the Zac Brown Band.
Go ahead.
Yeah. This one's for my sister. She really likes this song. She's giggling in the corner. Here it is. This is Chicken Fried by the Zac Brown Band. And that was Chicken Fried by the Zac Brown Band.
We're going to play one more for you before we bring Sam Jordan on here. We're going to play another great artist that we both love. We're going to play Golden by Harry Styles. And that was Golden by Harry Styles.
Welcome back to E Squared, everyone.
Welcome back.
All right, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. We have Sam Jordan here in the studio with us. Say hello.
Hi, guys. Thank you for having me.
Hello.
Oh, my gosh. We're so glad to have you here today.
Aww.
This is very exciting. Oh, my gosh. Well, let's get right into it with some questions. Why don't you tell us a little about yourself, who you are, your major, just the basics.
All right. So my name's Sam Jordan, for anyone that didn't get that. I'm a senior music industry major at Monmouth, and I have a minor in journalism. I've been pretty involved my past 4 years in MU Players. I've been on the E-board as vice president and president. I've been involved with Blue Hawk Records as a general member, and I've also done the main department shows at Monmouth. So,
yes.
Yeah.
So you've been very, very busy.
Definitely, yeah.
And I wanted to start out by kind of throwing it back to our freshman year and kind of saying, I guess maybe the first thing that we were like both really involved in. Our freshman year, MU Players did a virtual production of The Wedding Singer, and we were both in that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of crazy to think how long ago that was.
It's so crazy because that was like my first impression of you, and I don't think we didn't have that many rehearsals together because I was in 2 scenes, and every scene I was in, you just weren't in. And I remember seeing it after, and I was like, oh my God, she's amazing. She's so good.
Oh, well,
but yeah, that's like, it's so weird because I've known you for so long, and the
Yeah.
fact that something that long ago was my first impression of you is just insane to me.
I remember thinking that you were very talented, and there was like one of those like virtual workshops that we do with MU Players, and like you sang, is it you that sang The Winner Takes It All from Mamma Mia? Yeah, and I'm like, what a voice.
Aw,
she has so much power, and it's just so funny to look back on that.
We go
sort of
back
thing.
so far.
We go so far back. Yeah.
That's crazy. Oh my gosh.
It is crazy, but ever since then, you've continued to be very involved in Monmouth.
Yeah.
Last year you were the president of MU Players.
Yes, I was.
So what was that like?
That was speechless. Like it still leaves me speechless. I was nominated for vice president end of my freshman year, and I was like, I'm not capable of that.
Oh.
And then halfway into my vice presidency, I was like, I got this. I can do this. And I really started to want that role of president because I was like, I just felt it was something I was just so confident in, and I was still like, I want to do more. I want to do more of this. I love it, and I love this club. It had given so much to me my freshman year. I just want to give back. And going into the presidency, there's always curveballs with anything that you do. I say it's like planning a wedding, running a club. Like there's always something that's going to go wrong. And there's always things that go wrong, but we always fixed it. And of course, I had the most incredible e-board. It was also a very large e-board. I think there were 10, 11 of us at one point because Natalie Katuna was on the e-board. And then she graduated, which brought us down to 10 for the second semester. I loved every second of it, and the reason I didn't rerun was I just wanted to give myself a breather, because I was like, you're overworking yourself and you need to stop, because if you do a second year of this, you're going to lose your mind. But yeah, I loved every second of it. Yeah.
That's amazing. Oh, do you have, I guess, MU Players does a lot of the same events every single year, but they're always bigger and better each year. Do you have a favorite yearly event that MU Players does?
This is a loaded question, because every single event brings something different to the table, which I love. But big shout out to the Haunted Tour.
Yes.
Specifically, so the technical directors last year were Ava Comaz and Max McFadden, who transferred as of this year. But they truly, like, you give them a project and they're going to give 110%, the two of them. And they both did so incredible with that. The theme was, it was Clue. And you went into the student center and you played the game, and it was like a live virtual, like you were in the Clue game, which was just a genius concept. And I was like, yes, we're doing this. I love it. That by far is probably one of my favorite events. They did announce their theme for this year. They're doing a dollhouse theme. And the e-board this year is just as incredible, so I'm very excited to see. But that's one of the ones I'm always ready for that event. I can't wait to see what they do with it this year.
Yes. Yeah. And speaking of theater here on campus, there's a little show coming up called Pippin.
Yes, yeah.
And you are in it.
Yes, I am. I'm so excited. I had rehearsal last night. And so last week I was sick, and I did not go to rehearsal for the whole week, and that was the worst part about being sick, because I was like, I want to go to rehearsal, I miss it, I miss my friends, because doing something like theater, that forms lifelong relationships, I think. Some of my best friends, that's how I met them. And this production specifically too, there's so many freshmen involved, which is fantastic. I think, I could be wrong, I want to say 13 out of the 19 members in the cast are freshmen.
Wow.
So we're outnumbered, which is crazy, but it's just so great. It's such a lovely cast. Everyone's incredible. I didn't really know much about the plot also beforehand, so I got the part and I was like, I should do more research. And then I, did my research, and I was like, oh, this is going to be great, just because everyone I already knew was so talented, and there's so much new talent as well, so I am very excited for it.
Oh my gosh, I definitely want to come see it.
Please
do.
So
I'm very excited about it. My sister and I, we've seen Pippin before, and we love it. We especially love the song Morning Glow. That song.
Oh my god.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
Did you mention what part you're playing?
Yeah, I'm playing Bertha.
Bertha.
The grandma.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. Just to say it one more time for the folks out there, just in case you see Pippin, that's Sam Jordan. Bertha right there. That's her.
Thank you.
Anyway, let's transition, I guess, into talking about your singer-songwriter persona, your experience. Emily, do you have any questions about that?
I have a few, but I guess we'll go back and forth. But I guess just to start it off, when did you start writing your own songs?
Oh gosh. I used to write songs about dolphins and whales when I was, 7 or 8 years old. And then from that point on, it was something I just fell in and out of, because I would get into these writer's blocks that would last literally 10 months or years, honestly. And then I got into it seriously once I took the songwriting class that's required for the music industry majors with Professor Flannery. And it just helped me so much, and I learned how to get out of those writer's blocks in a bit easier way, which was fantastic. And I want to say I really seriously got back into it. I'd written songs before this. I'd written a lot of songs during COVID. But as of the fall semester last year, that's when I really got it back into it. Specifically, the week of finals of all the weeks, I wrote 5 songs. I don't know why.
What?
Because God knows I didn't have the time, because it was finals week. But yeah, that was pretty much when I got back into it. And I still try to write as often as I can now. Yeah.
Oh, that's so great. And I guess we should ask, what are your biggest songwriting influences? Do you have any songwriters who you really love and take inspiration from?
Do you know who I'm gonna say?
I do know who you're gonna say.
I'm gonna say Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Yes.
Taylor Swift. New one is Noah Kahan too. Love him. Great music. Stick Season, amazing. Taylor Swift is just someone. I was little and I said I'm gonna be here when I grow up. I'm gonna be her. And I think she's just such an inspiration, not only as a songwriter, but as a businesswoman too.
Yeah.
But from the songwriting perspective, she's such a lyrical genius, because the things that she says, I'm like, yes, that's exactly what I'm feeling, but never knew how to say it before until now.
Right.
And that's really what's inspired me, because I sit and I have this idea for a song, and I will write out the concept in a very plain way, and then I think to myself, well, how can I switch it and make it more interesting and just hit people a little differently?
Yeah, instead of just being like, the trees were green, being like, the trees were in emeralds.
Exactly. Yeah.
And beautiful, like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That sort of thing. Emily, do you have another question?
It kind of goes after like one of your questions that I have for you.
Oh gosh. Maybe I can guess what you're thinking.
Yes.
So, you obviously are a huge theater person.
Yep.
And there's just so much to do here at Monmouth, especially with the different kind of paths you can take under the music major. So what made you choose the music industry path as opposed to like a music industry path or a musical theater path?
Well, so going into Monmouth, I think it was my freshman year, and with theater, I graduated high school and I was like, I'm done with theater. I don't know. I was like, yeah, I've outgrown it. But then we were seniors in high school, so we didn't get like that last musical.
Yeah.
And I think there was just not that closure there. And then going into freshman year, I was just like, why would I stop something that I love just because like I feel like I have to? That makes no sense, because I do love doing it. And also, if I didn't pursue theater the way that I have at Monmouth, I just don't think my life would be the same right now, because my appreciation for it has grown even more. I don't know what it is. It's just something like I'll never stop doing. I had this conversation, I think, with my mom recently, and she was like, well, you're graduating with a music industry major. Do you want to do theater after? And I said, I think if I ever stop doing theater, I'll turn around and I'll be like a mom with however many kids and say, oh my gosh, I miss it so much. And I'll go off and do a local production or whatever it may be, just as long as I have it in my life. I can't imagine my life without that outlet.
Yeah, and it's always around. There are always so many opportunities to get into theater.
Oh, absolutely.
Professionally, unprofessionally.
Yeah.
That's what's so great about it. It's always there, whether or not you use it as your education for a major, or if you just want to do it for fun. It's always there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of following up with that, and I always have to say this like every single show, like where I fangirl over like students here that write songs and are a part of like Blue Hawk Records or like anything music related, etc. How do you feel that Monmouth University, or even just like the music industry program itself, has impacted you not only as like a musician but also as a performer?
Oh my gosh, I feel like there are so many performance opportunities within the music program, because the thing is, there are a lot of people out there that are they'll tell you, but they're not actually gonna, give you what they say that they're gonna give you. And there's actual hands-on experience here. You get to actually perform. There's jamming, and there's the open mic nights. There's so many opportunities, and I think just constantly being able to get out there, I think that's just helped me to improve so much. And it's helped me learn that I don't think I'm ever gonna be done learning. Even this year, like, we're taking voice lessons, you and I both, Elena. And originally I was like, I don't know what I thought of it at first. I just wanted to do it. And I was like, I'm really getting something out of this. Like, it's just so great. And I still think to myself, I never want to be done learning anything in this aspect of my life.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great kind of mentality to have.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I'm graduating, but I'm never going to stop learning. Like, that sort of thing. Like, you can't just totally close off your brain to being open to other experiences and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, and speaking of graduating, I know I hate when someone asks me this question.
Oh, no.
But do you know what you're going to do after graduation?
Elena. So I also have a minor in journalism.
Yeah.
And I've taken a lot of classes in the past year for it, because I added the minor at the end of my sophomore year. So I've really gotten into it this past year. I love it. I would love to go into music journalism maybe. I also have an internship right now where I'm doing some marketing. Something along those lines I would love to do, but really I think it's the type of business you start off in one thing and you branch off into others, because it's just it's so big, but it's also so tightly knit. So I could get a marketing job, and maybe a year later there's someone in that business that knows someone at a journalism company or whatever it may be. So I'm keeping my mind open. I'm just gonna spend my life on LinkedIn, honestly.
Yeah.
That's the plan. But yeah, I'd like to do something hopefully with journalism, because I just have really grown to love it so much this year. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. It's nice that you have like a a more specific passion within the music industry, because it's like you love the music industry as a whole, but there's also something like there's like a focus.
Yeah.
And it really helps like graduating and having like, oh, I really enjoyed this in college. Maybe this is a career that I want to pursue, and I'm going to try and it's like a stepping stone, like a starting point.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Do you have any other questions about? I know we want to talk a bit more about your songs and your songwriting
yes.
specifically.
I have I have some questions about that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yes, because I saw this and I have to ask about it. But I saw on your music and Instagram page how you recorded everyone's reactions to one of your songs, "If You Ever Change." And one thing like in that video that I was just so like, it's like heartwarming when you see in that video.
Aww.
Like everyone was so speechless like when they heard like a snippet of your song. And it's just like it's very heartwarming, like I said. And like when you see that reaction, like how does that feel for you?
It makes me so happy. And so specifically the video was for the song If You Ever Change.
Yes.
And If You Ever Change, like the point of it was for there to be a song like about my friends and really just how much I love them, and I hope you never change because I love you. And that was why I wanted to recording and like get their reactions and everything. And it was just so cute, and it made me so happy. And originally I finished the song and I said to myself, I'm not going to show anyone, I'm just going to post it one day. And everyone, the only people that knew were my parents and my roommates that I was going to be releasing this song. And then I'm sitting with it and I just loved it so much, and I'm like, I have to share this with everyone I know right now.
Yeah.
And then I proceeded to show a few of specifically my music industry major friends too.
Yeah.
Because they also will understand the music aspect, and they understand the thought process of not only the song itself, but the process of creating and writing the song too.
Yeah. And I actually have a question about the song, If You Ever Change. It was your first song that you released.
Yeah.
And a lot of people here at Monmouth, they start out releasing through Blue Hawk Records, and that's kind of like where they get their start, and they continue writing music from there. So what was it like for you having this song and just deciding to throw it out there without like going through the Blue Hawk process, just like making the decision for yourself to be like, you know what, I'm just gonna like throw it out there and see what people think?
Yeah, it was it's hard doing that because you post it online and you think, "Oh, everyone from high school is gonna think I'm stupid," or like people that follow me or don't know me, they're gonna be like, what is this weird theater girl doing? What is she doing? And then I just thought, why do I care? If that's their attitude, then like you live a sad life. Sorry, that's the reality of it, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
If you're gonna put people down like that. And it was just something, I'm proud of the songs I write, and I was so happy to finally put something out there. And especially, like I said earlier, when I had the final product of it that Max Wolf made, shout out to him.
Yeah.
Love him. He's amazing. And I had that. I was so proud of it. And I was like, you know what? Better late than never. And I closed my eyes and I pressed the post button, and I was like, all right, we're doing it. And yeah, I got a really nice reaction. I have a group chat with a few of the girls, and I sent in the group chat, everyone go to Sam Jordan Music Instagram. And they were like, what's going on? And they were like, oh my gosh. It was just such a heartwarming reaction. And that's not even, I'm not looking for like oh my God, Sam, you're so amazing. But when it's something that you put so much hard work into, it's so nice to get that reaction from people. And it's very rewarding, because it's also people that I know aren't going to lie to me, because all of my friends would tell me, Sam, you're not a good songwriter. Stop doing it. Stop. Actually, my father would be the first to tell me that. I will say that. My father would be the first, but if not him, like, they are honest people that will give me their honest, genuine reactions. So it's just, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I love that. All right, I guess we have time for one more question, Emily.
Sure. You actually, in the summer, released another song. Because of the STC rules, I can't say it, but your most recent song, Too Dang Bad, came out during the summer.
Yeah.
And what was your inspiration behind that song?
Okay, so a lot of times when I write songs, I think of one really cool line in my head, and I'm like, that's so cool, I have to use that.
Yeah.
And the line in the song, Too Dang Bad, we're going to say it like that. I love that. I love that so much.
Yeah.
The line was the sort of small talk you can't seem to stand. And it was a shower thought. Totally honest. It was a shower
Ooh.
thought. And I was like, this is so cool. I need to do something with it. And at the time, I also said I want to write, and also I wanted to release another song before the end of the summer that had like a summer vibe to it, that wasn't as, I don't want to say sad, because If You Ever Change isn't sad, but just something that had more of a bop to it, you know?
Yeah. Right.
And I had this idea of just writing something about like someone coming back to you and you saying, ha, that's funny because too dang bad, you can't have me. And that was the energy I had going into it. And then having that one line, the sort of small talk you can't seem to stand. When I have lines like that in my head, it's a great like theme for me, because if I get stuck, I just go back to that and I just keep rolling through the punches and whatever. I don't know what I just hit. I keep rolling through the punches if there's like any writer's block in there, and it just really helps a lot. But yeah, that was the inspiration going into it.
I love that. And I love that song. And
Thank you.
We're about to hear you actually perform If You Ever Change.
Yeah.
So we're going to give the listeners a little bit of who you are as a songwriter, which I'm really excited for this.
I'm so excited.
Oh my
yes.
gosh.
But before we get to that, we're going to play a little bit of music. This is, you know what? I'm going to play this song. Yeah. I just had to change of thought there. This is a song that was performed by Stephen Kramer Glickman at our school.
Nice.
And I didn't really know the song beforehand, and I've fallen in love with it since then. This is Mona Lisa's and Mad Hatters by Elton John. And that was Mona Lisa's and Mad Hatters by Elton John.
Hi again, guys. This is Sam Jordan, and this is my song If You Ever Change. When I heard he went home, I sunk to the floor to ease up in my bones. Nobody knows how to casually care. It takes half an hour to come up for air. The floor isn't stable and all the boards creak. Why are we funny when somebody bleeds? With all of the humor that I'd never say, becoming a pattern with every day. If you ever change, if you ever change, the thoughts are intrusive when you've been naive. I'm standing on chairs for a sense of relief. The card deck is bending and it's gonna break. 4 a.m, but please stay awake. I live off of coffee and off ginger ale. I know we should quit and I know that we'd fail. The air is being cold and the water is too. Everything's broken and nothing is new. If you ever change, if you ever change, I never loved dinner the way I do now. The dining room table is some holy ground. Said I wouldn't tell, but I will anyway. I wanna hear everything that you say. You have a vendetta from so long ago. I'm gonna hate him and make sure he knows the lead of the punchline in all of my jokes. You've done the same till the grudges were soaked. If you ever change, if you ever change, if you ever change, I'll be left grieving. I never knew how much I needed you. When I was a child, I hated my laugh. There were too many years that I'd never get back. Forgot my reflection and that left me haunted. The top of the hierarchy was all I wanted. I have been known as the charity case, to be a convenience, to just be misplaced. And when I expect that, then it's just sad. I swear to God that if you were all I had, if you were all I had, if you ever change, I'll be left grieving. I never knew how much I needed. If you ever change, I'll be left grieving. I never knew how much I needed you.
Thank you guys. That was so beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sam Jordan.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much for being on the air with us today.
That was amazing.
That was amazing. Aww. Oh my goodness. Oh, plug your socials. Plug your socials so people can follow you.
Oh my gosh. Oh wait. Instagram, Sam Jordan Music. That's pretty much. Oh, and also on all streaming platforms, you can find both my songs on Spotify, Apple Music, whatever it is that you listen to. I'm there.
Yeah.
Yes.
So definitely check out Samantha Jordan wherever you stream your music and on social media.
Thank you guys.
Oh, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for being here. This was a lot of fun. We're going to play a little bit more music before we wrap things up. Emily, want to introduce the next song?
Oh, yes. So we're going to play one more song for you. It's a little bit slower, and this song I've been listening to all summer. I love it. I've been listening to it all spring semester. It is Writer in the Dark by Lorde. And that was Writer in the Dark by Lorde.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to our show today.
Thank you.
Thank you. And why don't we'll plug our Instagram real quick. It's at @E_WMCX. We have a link tree in our bio that has all the other social media platforms that we are on. So definitely check out all of our stuff.
Yes.
And check out Sam Jordan as well, our wonderful, beautiful guest today.
Yes, please check her out. Check out If You Ever Change and Too Dang Bad.
Yeah.
It's very amazing. Thank you so much for coming here. And we will see you. Oh, wait, we won't be here next Tuesday. Fall break. We have fall break next week, so we will not be on, but we will be on 2 weeks from now on Tuesday from 3 to 4 p.m. Thank you very much.
See you in 2 weeks.
See ya.